What the fuck is up, everybody? I'm back to talk a little bit more. It's been like 3 months since the last time I did one of these, anything here, really. And I always say, I'm going to do something. I'm working on this thing. I'm writing a script for that thing. I have an idea for this thing. And I do mean it every time I say those things. And then I always get caught. I always get stuck back into not doing those things and working on something else and being like, well, I'll get to it eventually. And that's kind of where I've been stuck at with a lot of the different things that I've wanted to do here for the YouTube channel of Kai Will. And I've been mostly just doing what I wanted to do for streams. I've been really consistent with the Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday streams over on twitch.tv/Kaiwill, aka The Creamery. And I've even set up a charity event, a charity live stream that's going to be happening next month on July 18th. And I'm super excited doing at least 12-hour bare minimum charity stream that day, raising money for the Crisis Text Line. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's happening next month. But that is kind of where I'm at with all the streaming stuff. And then there's the music stuff, the Falling from the Stars. And I've just been putting all of my effort, all of my energy into those things and kind of being like, that's all I really need to do. That's all I want to do right now. But I've been realizing it's not all I want to do. And I think I've been holding myself back from doing some of the other things like these, doing just these, kind of talking to the camera YouTube videos because it's a little bit more vulnerable putting yourself out there like this. And especially when I do these kind of unedited ones where I'm like, I'm just going to talk to the camera and see what comes out. And hopefully it looks good and it sounds good. And there's nothing, going on weird here. And I don't sound like, well, I mean, I'm going to sound like I'm going to sound like a doofus no matter what I do because I am a doofus. But that's beside the point. Anyway, what I really wanted to come on here and talk about today, I did have like a small topic in mind, and I kind of got a little distracted as like, why haven't I been doing things? It's because I've been putting more focus on other creative efforts, but then it's like I have a lot of other things I want to do, and I haven't been working on them because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the judgment that I think I'm gonna get. I'm worried that I'm gonna get. Not even that I know I'll get, because I can't know if I'm gonna get judgment until I put out a thing, and if I get the judgment, and who knows if the judgment or like if the criticism is gonna be negative, positive, whatever it may be, and how am I gonna be able to take that? And so I'm holding back. There's like a couple of different ideas and that I've been really wanting to work on, specifically one that's like a kind of clip show of sorts where I'm doing little bits here and there that I've been coming up with for a while and then just stitching them into a little bit of a, more packaged format video where I'm like hosting and doing other things. And that, I really do want to do that, and I want to do the Kai Will's Collection. I've even started writing a script for one of the Kai Will's Collection videos. And so these are things that I'm like, I really want to do, but I always like, instead of working on them, I'm like, but why work on? I talk myself out of it. I talk myself into being like afraid of working on it and being like, well, it's not going to matter. Or that's even another one. I'll say it's not even going to matter. Why would I want to work on that? Like what's the point? And the point is that I have fun, like if I have fun doing those things, if I have fun putting research into a video that I'm going to do, if I have fun, making the music video or doing a behind the scenes thing or making like learning how to put things together that I want to make, because some of them are going to take like some more effort. And I think it gets to that point where it's like, well, I haven't done it before. It's going to take a lot of time. It's like, that's what I have right now. And that's what I want to do right now is take this time, put in this effort to these things that I want to do. But there's that fear that of doing a new thing, of how is it gonna, how long is it going to take? Is it gonna turn out as well as I want it to turn out? There's all of these different things, and so I'm stuck doing these things. I'm not necessarily stuck, but I keep myself doing things that I know that are familiar, that I know I can do. I can pour myself into, mainly those things being right now streaming and doing my music stuff. So knowing that I can do those things, but then I pour myself so far into them sometimes, and I'm like, well, I've done a lot of this stuff. I know how to do this. What else? What's new? What's a new thing to kind of hit me here, and I'm loving working on my next album. I have a festival appearance coming up in August. There's so much fun stuff on the Fallen from the Stars horizon. There's so like I said about earlier with the Creamery. There's the charity stream. So there's stuff to look forward to there, but there's still like a what could I feel like there's other things I could be doing, and I know there's other things I want to be creating. I want to be creating these YouTube videos. I want to be, writing these different scripts. And then there's other stuff for the album, us like, that's not even the writing of the music that I want to start working on more. And I'm just holding myself back because I'm afraid of getting to a point where I have to do something where that I haven't done. I have to learn maybe something. Oh, I need to learn how to edit this together or make something go like this. And of course, I'm gonna get like some alert here during this, but that's fine. So I know that's what I'm afraid of, and I just have to put myself out. And again, like another thing I said earlier, is the fear of even putting myself out there, being vulnerable, sharing something like this, sharing my music, sharing a silly thing that I might think is funny, but others might be like, "Why the fuck? What's funny? You think this is funny? Why did you share this?" And I have to, get over that fear and push through it and be like, there's a possibility that that's going to happen, and be okay that if it does happen, and be like, you know what, that's understandable. This is very silly, and it's not for everyone. But that's what's the beauty of something like YouTube or the internet in general, is being able to share things that aren't necessarily perfect or everyone's cup of tea. It's like you could just do it. I mean, I run I guess it's NeoCities, and I've always pronounced it Neocities, but NeoCities is the Creamery, and the creamery.neocities.org. I have just a little website I've been like maintaining for 4 or 5 years, just simple HTML and CSS stuff that I started to learn HTML and CSS and kind of develop that skill, and I haven't pushed it any further, and so I've been wanting to update that and learn more about that for working with my music. And there's so much that connects, and I'm pushing myself to do. This is one of the first things I wanted to come out here. I wanted to say like, hey, I've been afraid to post something here, mostly because I've just been I don't know. I just have been. I've been like, what's gonna happen when I post? It's like, it's been 3 months, and then the longer I wait, the more in my head I get about sharing something here. But this is me. This is me yapping. This is what's been on my mind, and I figured I wanted to sit down. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to put out just upload a video here, and this'll get the fire. This will get the fire started underneath me. That's what I always say, but I know it's happening. I feel it. I feel it in my body, and I'm just like sitting with it and being like, yeah, we got this. There's things that like, why am I not doing this thing? Why am I not finishing a book, finishing a game that I want to finish? Those are things I want to do. Let's do it. And I'm just encouraged. I'm going to wrap this up because I know I can go on and on and on. I'll actually check how much time. It hasn't actually been that long, so that's good. But yeah, I'll wrap this up by encouraging anybody out there to, if there's been a thing that you've had a resistance to doing, maybe it's, a new hobby you want to try out, or a new food, or maybe just something you like looking back at something you haven't looked back at in a long time. And it's like, looking like through like memories or whatever. So that whatever you might have had a resistance to, because that's what I've been really looking at, is what am I having a resistance to doing? And trying to meet that resistance with a little bit of like, okay, like we can do those, like, let's do a thing that I might be afraid of, there might be a fear holding me back. And I think maybe that's another, like, maybe a key thing for me is looking at where fear is the resistance. Why I'm afraid to look at those things. I'm afraid to do something because, what if I do this? There's a consequence, but that consequence is usually, for me, and this is a personal, trauma-related thing. I think if I do this thing, there's a consequence from my youth, from my past, and I have to, currently, that's part of what I've been going through, is relearning that, that consequence I learned 10, 15, 20 years ago, it's not happening right now, but I've been acting like it's been happening for the last 15, 20, whatever years, and created this, neurological pathway or that keeps on getting, it was very easy to go down. So I am going to push around those things, and I'm going to share more things on here on YouTube for sure. And I'm going to get somebody, maybe somebody in the comments can be an accountability buddy, or keep me actually say like, hey, it's been a week and you haven't shared anything. What's up with that? So yeah, I am going to wrap this up right here, and I'm going to shoot this up onto YouTube. This is going to be another one of those no edit videos, just because it feels right sometimes to do a no edit. And this is a really strange one because I didn't put any music on in the background or anything. So it's just going to be like very me talking with like quiet. Well, not quiet because I'm not quiet, but me talking directly to a camera for a little over 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes. Unless I end it before 11 minutes. Okay, bye-bye! Thanks for listening to me yap, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.